I'm Jim Wilson, Program Director for Cincom's Intelligent Selling Solutions.
And I'm Greg Barker. I'm in charge of sales, channels, and marketing for Cincom.
So Greg, we just got back from 2014 Convergence, Microsoft's premier event. I think it was a very successful event. In terms of the goals that Cincom had at the event, kind of what's your take on the results?
I thought it was a great event. We went there looking for a lot of awareness of what Cincom had, talking to a lot of prospects, talking to a lot of customers, talking to partners about what we had and what we were bringing to market. And I just thought the energy was off the charts at the show, and I couldn't be happier.
In fact, everybody that I engaged with while I was in the booth, and it was quite a while, the customers are engaged and partners are engaged specifically around the business capabilities that we had to offer, and they dug deep. Typical conversation would be a half hour. I was pretty amazed, actually.
I was really happy with that as well. I mean, at trade shows, it's always a mixed bag what you're going to get. And what I found this time was that it seems that Microsoft is moving upstream. The people are finally starting to get their CRM and ERP messages, and they're really implementing the software now. So they're coming to vendors like Cincom with a very specific business need. And that's why you see, we just had a higher quality of person who came to the booth. And they really wanted, as you said, some deep dive information of the capabilities that we have. How can we solve the problem?
Yeah, I agree. I think, I'm focused more on the CRM side. And of course, we have a solution that's based on CRM and a solution based on AX that's integrated. But on the CRM side, I think there's a maturity as well on what companies expect to get out of that CRM platform. And we're very impressed, of course, with the Dynamics platform. But a lot of these companies that were coming into our booth, they had that CRM platform in place. Now they're looking to extend it. In our case, it's configure, price, quote, how do companies grow top line revenue with the Cincom technology. So it's a great awareness. We've already got 3 or 4 opportunities that we're engaged in following the conference from partners and or customers.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point with the maturity of people who are using CRM now, because I was just reading an article the other day where it said 80% of CPQ sales now are around sales productivity, not about productivity within the company, which is, as you know, traditionally CPQ vendors would always say, oh, we'll make your company more productive, but they're really looking at sales productivity and sales effectivity, and that's what you're going to get. And I think some of the demos that you and your team showed were really impactful, especially doing the dynamic forms within CRM. I'd never seen that before, and I thought that was very compelling.
Yeah, you're right, because how a company sells and what they sell is what makes them unique, right? It's also what gives them competitive advantage.
Well, and you look at the point where, in today's day and age, I mean, you look at me, for example, so I run sales and channels and marketing, and the big problem for me is when I get a new employee, how quickly can I make them profitable? And with our solutions, we have all that knowledge embedded into our CRM system, and you could do, dynamically do a sales call where all the forms and everything change inside CRM. I mean, that to me is payback immediately. Yeah,
and as you know, we have a mobile version of our offering, and we got great feedback on that. And I think a lot of companies are now looking to move that decision-making process and that engagement closer to the buyer. We call that engaged selling. And I think that is also a key area of interest that I saw at the show, where companies are looking really to take the capabilities of CRM right to the point of sale.
Mobile and social. If you don't have mobile and social within your CRM capabilities, CPQ capabilities, you might as well not even show up to the game. And I thought what we had at the show, I thought customers saw it, they got it right away, and they realized how this could replace some old manual processes that they have right now. I mean, we talked to customers who were still using carbon copy triplicates or Excel spreadsheets when they went out to do a quote. And I think they saw it and they were like, oh my goodness. I mean, the difference this could make to their business is just tremendous.
Well, if anybody knows anything about Cincom, they know that we've actually come from an engineer-to-order contract manufacturing environment. So I saw a lot of activity around our AX offering, dealing with estimating, project costing, and so forth. What was the feedback that you got from the AX community?
And that's key. And it goes along with CPQ and that whole market maturing. So at first, people, what they wanted to do was really configure, price, quote, right? How do I do that? And then it extends into, well, not everybody is simplistic CPQ. Some people actually manufacture things on site, so they have to do estimating. They have to do work breakdown structures. When they get a contract, they have to measure. They have to actually measure and manage that contract as a project and do costing down at the project and product level within there. And those are things before that we're the only CPQ vendor that I know of that actually has that capability. And you talk about differentiating yourself in the market. I think people really saw that, and they said, everybody else tells me I have to go find another partner, and Cincom says you have it all in the Cincom Business Suite. So I think that message was really, really well received by both customers, partners, and the Microsoft executives as well.
Speaking of Microsoft, you spent a fair amount of time with Microsoft at the conference. What was the feedback that you got from Microsoft?
It was tremendous. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the feedback we got. They've really been waiting for release 2 of the Cincom Business Suite, which is what we announced at Convergence. And again, it's just like we talked about, people need CPQ, they need estimating, but they need projects, contracts, product data management. They need to be able to manage that entire system. They need field service. Yep. And most of all, and which is unique to Cincom, is we have that one business rules and knowledge engine that underpins all those solutions. So if you define it one time up on the CPQ side, you can use it all the way through your entire organization. And that's really the holy grail of what people have been looking for.
Yeah, we thought it was an awesome event. Now we're busy. We have a lot of work to do. I can't wait till 2015 Convergence event.
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great show. So if you'd like to learn more about what we showed at Convergence 2014, or if you have questions, please contact Cincom.